Hello and welcome to the Chinese Year of the Snake 2025, specifically Wood Snake. What I'm going to do today is pull one card for every month of the Chinese Year of the Snake. Because Chinese New Year starts on the 29th of January 2025, I'm going to start from February because it's at the end of the month of January anyway. So we're just going to go through and do 12 months into January 2026. Okay, so without further ado, let's get on with your prediction for 2025. So for the Rat 2025, these are the cards. So the overall card that's come, this is the one that has the most prominence for the entire year, is the Six of Wands, which is I return home victorious. So this would suggest that this is a good year for the Rats. This is going to be one where the Rats have can consolidate their power. They can make improvements to what's already there. They may even become a little bit famous or have some sort of limelight shone on them a little bit this year. So that's also very, very positive. So let's go by February. Oh, I'm so sorry. My Nadraj, I'm sorry. February, we've got the King of Wands. Now when the King of Wands comes, this is the energy that is imbued in you. So you become a bit of a wise leader, somebody who makes good decisions for their business, somebody who is a good advisor generally for themselves and for other people. So this is a very, very positive card for making good decisions, wise decisions, and also providing guidance to other people, specifically in the areas of business and artistically oriented things. Alright, so that's February. March, we have with a heavy heart we must move forwards. So now with this card often comes when there's some pain or there's some difficulty, but there's also lots of busyness and lots of things happening at the same time. So you've got no choice but to carry on, keep moving forwards. You can handle it. You've got more than enough resources and strength and resilience. Just keep moving forwards, whatever's happening. April, got the Ace of Swords. Now this card is one of the cards of victory. This card is one of the cards of victory. So this would suggest that if there are any obstacles in your way, you will find a way around them. It also would suggest that if there's people in your life who are causing you issues, this may be a time to give them a clean break. Just remove the difficulties in your life so that you're able to move, proceed with ease and with comfort and with not having to deal with unnecessary difficulties and impoliteness and that sort of stuff. Then from April, so that was February, March, April. Now we've got to May. We've got the Moon card. So now when the Moon card comes, what it says is that everything is shrouded in darkness. There's a little bit of light, but not so much that you can see everything that's happening. So you've got to make a little journey. And you can only see the next step and the next step and the next step. So take your steps in faith that you'll get to where you need to get to, even though all the information isn't readily available. Okay? So June, we've got you fed up of the power imbalances and making a move. I'm out of here. I'm going. I'm done. See how this person is walking off into the distance? It's like, I'm not doing this anymore. So it's interesting. There seems to be a pattern here. What with the Ace of Swords? And with this card here, it's like saying I'm not dealing with the difficulties and pain that you're causing me that I do not deserve, because I have not contributed to this. The only thing that I've contributed to is not standing firm with my boundaries firmly enough, and I'm doing that now. So if you're causing havoc and difficulty for me, I'm not down for that now. I'm off. That's June. July. We've got the slight difficulty. We've got maybe we're not looking after ourselves enough. Maybe we're feeling like life is happening over there and we're on the outside of stuff. So this is an uncomfortable card, I will admit. So this is July, but despite this, there's a period of adjustment that's required, and after that things get better. All right. So now, if we look, for example, we look at August now, and we see that the guy's still waiting, but he's waiting because he knows he's set things in motion, and they will come back. There will be a return. There will be a profit that will come back as a result. But there's a period of waiting in August as well. But this is still a positive card. Whilst you're waiting, you'll still have more than enough resources for yourself, but you're waiting for something bigger and better to come. Now, that leads us into September. Now, there's two cards for September. They came out together. So we've got the card of living your ideal life, living the way that you want to, with loads of money and fun and people of all ages around you, animals around you. And we've got the card of the romantic idealist as well. So this would suggest that you may meet somebody. This is a good omen to meet somebody in September. So that's really, really positive. I hope that if you're already with somebody, then it suggests something really romantic, like a nice holiday together, or some sort of connection or event that just solidifies your romantic connection already. All right, September. So then we go to October. We've got the Page of Wands. So then this is he's like the creative fire starter, proactive, got new ideas, puts them into action. So it's the early stages of a creative endeavor. November, we've got the Strength card. So you're taming the beast, you're getting your discipline in order, you're healing yourself. If there are any weaknesses, you're turning them into strengths. Okay. December, we've got the King of Pentacles, King of Money. Everything in my life is working. It could be the returns from this that you set forward come in December. And obviously, it's the festive period as well. So you're just spending time with family and enjoying your emotional moments, enjoying the nice emotional moments. And then that takes us to January, heading into 2026, which is heading into Horse year. And Horse is the opposite year for the rat sign, so that's something to be cognizant of. But as we head into January, we've got the card of tension. There's too many chefs in the kitchen. There's too many people giving their opinion when they have no place to give their opinion. So you've got to manage that a little bit, manage the tensions and the difficulties when you've got lots of people who are involved with something that you're dealing with. Okay, I hope that gives you something, and I wish you a Happy New Year for the Chinese New Year of the Wood Snake. Thank you. See you next time. So this is the reading for 2025, the year of the Wood Snake for the Ox sign. So the overall outcome card we've got is the Page of Cups. Now this is a very positive card. This is like that phase of adolescence, when you're like all excited about life and excited about the things that are on the way. Well, that's the sort of feeling you get at the beginning of the snake year, because it's one of the best friend years for you, because as an ox, your best friend is the snake and also the rooster, and your soulmate is the sign of the rat. So this year is a year where things are just made a little bit easier for you, because the environment is one that you understand. And your best friend, the snake, will make life a bit more comfortable and will give you some little luxuries throughout the year and some excitement as well. So this is very positive. We're going to start with February 2025. We've got the Magician card. So the Magician card is all about manifestation and how you use the elements and the things that are around you to create the ideal life that you want. So this is the process of the manifestation. So it will be a good time to do the law of attraction stuff, the affirmations, visualizations, and all that sort of stuff from the very beginning of the snake year, which is on the 29th of January. So that onwards for the whole of February will be a positive thing to do. Set forth your intentions. What is it that you want to create in this snake year, and get on it. Get on it. Talking about that, we've got the next card for March, which is the Empress. Now she is the patron of creativity. She's the patron of motherhood, nurturing children, nurturing projects, especially projects that take around 9 months' time. So this is a very positive omen for a project that you're doing, because it will come to fruition and it will be a big success. So she's also to do with abundance and living your best life, living your good life. So March is a very positive month for you. April, there could be some minor issues, because we see you overthinking, we see you worrying, and possibly your sleep is also affected in April. April is an interesting time when we get snake Aries energy. It is kind of the god of war energy. So on the global world scale, but as well, I mean, there's likely to be wars at that time and difficulties, that sort of stuff. But for you, oxes, it's going to be a period of time of overthinking, worry, wanting to speak to friends about stuff that's happening, but also feeling like it's private stuff, so you don't want to speak to friends, you want to keep it to yourself, not knowing what to do, that internal tension. So actually sleep is probably a good thing. If you can get some rest, it would be a good thing to get your rest, get yourself rejuvenated, and then make your decisions. So April's going to be an interesting time. May, it's literally the next card along. So we've got the Nine of Swords heading to the Ten of Swords. So now May is going to be another interesting time, because it's when you're sort of forced to let go of things you might not want to let go of. So you've got 2 months in a row that could be a bit difficult, I will say. With this card, it's a forced ending. You don't want this thing to end. You don't want this thing to go. You don't want this thing to be just taken from your hands. But sometimes it has to happen. But then it opens you up to the new things. Maybe the universe said you're done with this. And oxes don't like change. They really don't like change. So it's something being pried from your finger saying, let this go so you can let the new in. It's also a really, really good time to declutter. That time, April, May time, declutter. Do a spring clean. Get rid of the stuff you no longer need. Because I would wager there are a lot of ox hoarders out there. So do yourself a favour. Get rid of the stuff you no longer need. Make space for the new. Okay? And then look what happens in June. In June, we get a new job, a new start, a gift of money. It's just a really positive time, after that. We've got this in June. And then in July, we've got a success, a creative success, a celebration, a joyful period of time that you spend with friends. So did you see how springtime for you, it seems like, is forcing you to let go of stuff you should have let go of a long time ago. Summer comes, and it's like, because that's gone now, the new stuff is filling it. So you new people, new friends, and old friends as well. And then you return to powerful ox mode, because when I think of the Emperor, I do think of, Aries, when it comes to Aries, but also I think of, in the Chinese zodiac, I think of the ox sign when it comes to the Emperor. So now this is August time. You lay out your boundaries. You figure out a new plan about how you want to live your life, what you want to purchase, invest in, that sort of side of things. So you figure all of that out, and then you draw your boundary lines and you protect it. This is mine. You can't come to this. This is my stuff. That's your stuff. Also, psychologically, this is a period of individuation, where you individuate from your family members who basically might have, what's the word, when they merge with you. Is it merge? What's the word? I can't remember now. Enmeshment, that's the word. When they're enmeshed with you, it could be, August could be a time when you're like, it's time for you to separate from me a little bit. This is me, that's you. This is mine, that's yours. And it will be, that's a healthy thing for everybody to do, but it does cause some difficulties with people who are used to that enmeshment. So that's something to be cognizant of. September, you're on top of the hill, and you're able to fend off people who are trying to take your position. You also have a higher perspective, so you see more than other people. Might not be a good time to ask for advice from other people, because they can't see what you can see. They don't have the same level of awareness. So you're just going to have to rely on your own wits and your own information at this point, because other people can't really give you any advice at that time. They don't have all the information that you have, and also they don't have your ability of thinking. I totally caught a hair in the air just then. How amazing is that? I have many skills. September, so October. October, you have options. It's time to think about what it is that you want. What is the next project? What is the next area of improvement that you want to focus on and zone in on? It's a good time to choose. You know what? I was totally drawn to the sculpture head. The sculpture head there for you guys. So I think it might be a time to think about your philosophy, your life mantra. What is your modus operandi? And if you can't clarify that to yourself kind of immediately, have a think about it. What do you actually stand for? Because that, once you know that, maybe it might take you down a certain direction. It might tell you what to focus your time on more than what you're currently doing, if it's just sort of all going all over the place. Maybe if you knew what your mission statement was for your life, you might direct your energy slightly differently. So November, we've got you potentially leaving the scene, leaving somewhere, heading off somewhere new. So you're moving from one state of balance to a new state of balance. So you are shifting your life at this point. This is November. December, going on a new adventure. Do you see how you tell a story? I'm going, adventure time. See, there's a story to this. So you're off on a new adventure, a brand new beginning. Take a risk. Risk will pay off. It's a really positive time for a new life. And then as we head to the end of the year, beginning of the 2026, we get, so this is January 2026, we have the Queen of Cups, who's the nurturer, nurturing herself, nurturing other people, looking after the needs of other people especially. And you go through the entire year with this adolescent glee, this adolescent joy and excitement for life. And Oxes don't tend to have that because they're a bit cynical and skeptical about stuff. So it's nice that they've let that go a little bit and just open up and wanting to experience life in a fresh sort of way. And I hope that gave you some information and guidance about what's coming up for you in the wood snake year. And thank you for watching this, and leave me a comment. I love reading the comments and responding. Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye. This is the reading for the tiger sign. Okay, so we're going to go from not January, we're going to go from February 2025 because Chinese New Year starts on the 29th of January. Okay? So jumping straight into it, February, we've got the card of restriction. There are some restrictions here, so you can't have the full motion of movement that you normally do. So this might mean that some sort of work project is keeping you in place, some sort of family issue or something is going to restrict your movement to a certain degree. Also, because you might be emotionally riled at this time, you might not be able to calibrate information quite the way that you used to, like collect information together and make sense of it immediately. So give yourself time and be patient with yourself, because you might be, tigers tend to demand perfection of themselves immediately, but they need more time in February. March time is going to be a period of time where you're learning something new. And again, you've got to be patient with yourself. Look at the way this guy's holding the sword. Doesn't really know how to wield it yet, but he will. This is also the card of somebody who has a sharp tongue. So it could be somebody who doesn't think before they speak, but they might hurt your feelings, or a difficult person you have to deal with as well. This is March time. Moving into April, we have the single woman who's able to live on her own terms because she's set herself up in a really positive way. She's got money, she's got resources, she knows all the right people, she knows how to get things done. So April is going to be a time of real great independence for you. Okay, so that's April. Moving on to May, we have the win-lose card. You may win, but somebody may have to lose. And if you lose, somebody else will win. It's hard to find a win-win solution at this time when you're dealing with people like this. Somebody may try to humiliate you or shame you, or somebody potentially with bad intentions might be around you at this time. And actually, what it could be is that you might be behaving in a way without enough self-awareness to recognise that you might be creating this effect on other people. So you've got to have a look at whether it's you or whether it's somebody else treating you that way. The majority of the people that watch my videos tend to be on the empath scale of things, so I would wager that somebody around you might not have the best of intentions. So you need to be on your wits. You need to have your wits about you at this time. All right. So that was May. June, we've got the period of like you've sown those. No, I don't want to say that. You've set forth things in motion, and there's a period of waiting. You have to wait a little while before it comes back. But you're excited. You've put this thing out there. So, for example, you might have sent out some job applications, and you feel maybe there's one or two things that you've sent out that you'd be really excited to try. And that's just an example. But there's other things like that. Maybe you're starting a new business. Maybe you've already started a business and you're putting down something. You've done something, and you have to wait before the thing comes back. And it's a period of time of like quiet excitement because you're doing something different. You've made a change. You're making it happen, July, we've got a success, we've got a celebration, a period of time where you're able to spend your time with people that you love, your resources in the ways that you want to sort of say thank you to yourself because you've done something which you're quite proud of. Whether other people know or whether they don't, whether you keep it to a small group of people, celebrate your success in July because you deserve it. It's not an easy thing that you have achieved here. And if you get public acclaim as well, so much the better. August, we've got the Queen of Swords. So this is the very, very powerful woman, the military queen, who's able to give guidance to anybody that needs it, whether they're on her level or way above her level, She takes charge of herself, she takes charge of her faculties, and she brings guidance to people. So she leads people who are the below her, people who are above her. She gives really really good information, collects information, and gives it to them if they need it. But she's a military queen. Don't be afraid to put together booklets of information at this time. And I don't even know why I'm saying that, but she's the queen of communication, and what she does is she's very very good at writing. So I'm being intuitively led to say this because there'll be people out there who this relates to. Do it in writing. If you need to speak to people who are above your station, do it in writing, because you may find that if you do it in writing you feel more powerful. And don't be afraid to use technology as well. This Queen of Swords is also technologically advanced. So you know, these AI programs like ChatGPT, use them. Get their help as well. But make sure that the information is your style and that the style is not being affected. It's got to be coming from you. And even if it's guidance coming from ChatGPT, whatever, the AI, artificial intelligence, things that can help, make sure that the feel of it still has your brand on it. Alright? I hope that makes sense. I'm not sure I explained that properly. Right, where were we? So September. September is the strength card. So you tame the beast. This is the period of time where you get discipline. You're able to get charge of yourself. And you're like, okay, I know previously I've struggled with my self-discipline, but now I'm taking charge. You're going to do as I say, and you demand submission from aspects of yourself that you haven't, that you let run riot. For example, this might be the time where you start taking your eating more seriously, or you start an exercise program, or start saving money, that sort of thing. It's when you're like, okay, I need to apply the discipline now. I need to take it seriously. October, we've got the Ace of Wands. This is great for new enterprises, a new beginning. It's like, you know, when you need like an infusion of firepower. That's what this card is. It's like loads of energy to get the things done that you want to do. Maybe you've been thinking you want to start a new hobby. This will be a good time to do it. All of a sudden, you've got the desire to do it, you've got the energy to do it, and the resources to do it. Go for it. So that was October. November, we've got the Emperor card. So you're laying out your boundaries, you're protecting that which is yours, you're saying to other people basically, please respect me, respect my wishes, respect who I am, and if you don't, that's fine, but I'm going to respect me, and so don't be surprised if I do everything that I need to make sure that I'm okay. And the Emperor protects himself, and he protects his possessions and those things that are his, and he's very firm with his boundaries. So that's November. December, a period of time when you're giving back, and also you might be not just doing the giving, but you might be doing the getting as well. So giving and receiving, charities, being the recipient of awards or the recipient of recognition, and just resources like money. Maybe, you know, you might have put yourself. You could get a great bonus. That's another interpretation of this. It's December, end of the year. And then January, as we head into 2026, which is horse year, is the card of speed and synchronicity. Now this is a very, very good omen for 2026. As a tiger sign, the horse is one of your best friends. So as we head into 2026, you may find that you enter the flow. So this is a very, very positive thing for you. And 2026 is likely to be really, really great as well. Now the overall outcome card for the entire year for you is the Death card. Now what this means is that this year of 2025 could be a year of transformation. There are things that you've delayed on. There was things that you needed to do and you didn't do it in the way that you wanted to, you needed to, and you didn't do it on the timeline that you had specified. So now this card says, whether you like it or not, it's going to get done. So throughout this year, you might find a little pat on the bum saying, do it, get on with it, do it. Because the Death card's not messing around. It's saying, you're getting this transformation whether you like it or not. So you're ready for the horse year, the 2026, which is a very good year for you. But the transformation has to occur here in the snake. You're going to shed that skin, so you're ready. So yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable at times, but necessary, and making you ready for 2026. Okay? All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me for that reading for 2025, and I'll see you again next time. Thank you very much. Bye. This is the prediction for the rabbit sign in 2025, which is the wood snake year. So we're going to start from February because Chinese New Year starts on the 29th of January. And so yeah, what's the point doing January? Let's just do February. So February, we got you fed up with the power imbalances, and you've said you're off. You're off, you're leaving, you're going, you're out of here. You're done. It's a situation where you tried your best, you tried to be fair with people, and you were fair with people, but people may have taken advantage or weren't prepared to see your contribution quite the way that you have contributed, and you're like, I'm not doing this anymore, I'm not getting what I believe I deserve, so I'm off. So that's February. March, you feel better immediately, you feel more rejuvenated, you've got your energy back. You put yourself in environments where you do feel valued and received well by people. If at this point you were leaving a job, then it's possible that's February to March time, you're sort of relaxing, just spending time with loved ones, and then in April you say, right, okay, I want to get started again, and you may get offered something that's not great or not up to your standards. Might still be an okay thing to take because it could be a stepping stone to something else, but you have to decide to see if it feels right to you. That card of the Four of Cups, which is for April, is a blessing in disguise. But then again, also, if you declined the job, that could be the blessing in disguise. Maybe something better would come. Feel your way. Feel your way. So May time, you've got two options in front of you, two roads. Which one will you take? This is a bit of a dilemma. You don't have all the information. You can see this person's got blindfold around their eyes, so you don't have all of the information. You just have to intuitively allow yourself to be led. And as a rabbit sign, that's fine. You're quite good at that anyway. So June, we have a situation. The tower. The lightning strikes the tower burns down from the top down, and two people fall out of the building. This can often mean like an argument with somebody, a falling out with somebody. It's usually a long time coming. It's that thing where you suppress stuff, and eventually you're like, you know what, I want to say it now. And when you say it, it causes all kinds of issues with people. But you know what? It's good to get it out. It's good to clear the air, let the tower burn. Then you can start building something afresh from the ashes. But you know, it takes a while for you to come back to an equilibrium. So that's June. July, we got this thing of like feeling on the outside, feeling the cold shoulder from people. And maybe neglecting yourself, maybe just not taking care of yourself in the way that you need to. They're walking past the church, so they feel like inside the church there's a whole group of people, they're all together, they're friends, they know each other, they're a community, and you're on the outside of that. So that could come as a result of this. So that's the June and July, summertime in 2025. But as we hit sort of August time, things begin to improve because you take charge. You're like, well, I don't care anymore. Whatever happens, I know I'll be fine. I'll sort myself out. I will take care of the important things in my life, and I will be victorious in the things that I want to achieve. This is a card of like victory no matter what obstacles are in front of me, and also a card of a clean break, a new start. So then we head into September. Now September, there's a period of worry. Now rabbits and worry, oh my god, they worry about everything. Worry, concern, lack of sleep or not being able to sleep. Basically, essentially what this card means is you're overthinking. You're overthinking the matter. Give yourself some rest if you can. Meditation will be helpful. Slow your thinking here. And realize that the world isn't going to collapse on you. The sky isn't going to fall on your head. There's still good things in your life. Just breathe deep and realize that it's never as bad as you think it is. Rabbits just catastrophize, don't they? So that's September. October, you've got your options in front of you again. You're like looking at your options, and you have more than you realize initially, more than you thought. So this is very positive. October. November, you're sowing your seeds for your success. Later, that will come later on, but you're sowing the seeds because you have an optimism again by October. That was November. In November, you got your optimism back, and you're looking forward to stuff. December, you've got the card of the manifestor, the magician. So this is really positive because you make things happen. You're using the law of attraction consciously, and positive things fall into your lap because of the work that you've done previously. After September time. Yeah, and then January, we've got this card of contribution and getting awards as well. This is giving and receiving. Having a good balance between the two, being able to give and receive in equal balance. Now, the overall outcome card is really interesting because we've got 4 for you. Altogether, it is this one here. It is the adventurer, the fool. Fool goes off on a journey. Take a risk, the risk will pay off for this year. But what's interesting is this year could be a period of time where you're going to be struggling with difficult people. There's 4 cards of narcissism in the pack, and you got 2 of them for your overall. So we've got the psychopath and we've got the borderline. So we've got people. What this means essentially is you've got difficult people that you're dealing with, and they're going to try and draw you into arguments and debates throughout this year. And when they do, you just have to keep the receipts because you may need it in a court of law, or you may need it to prove your case to whoever the arbiter is for that situation in that context. So it's important for you to have proof of the bad treatment if you receive it by people this year, okay? Because there's vultures around you for part of this time. How do you handle it? You behave with the best of intentions, and then you wait, because there's no point in getting drawn into arguments, because it's the pull pulling you into the mud, isn't it? So don't get pulled into the mud. Just do what you need to do with the best of intentions, and then let them fight amongst themselves, let them argue, let them say their thing. You don't do that. You just stay silent and maintain your ground, all right? And have proof of the way that they've behaved as much as possible. I hope that gives you what you needed to hear for your preparation for 2025. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. This reading is for the dragons in 2025, which is the wood snake year. Now, I'm not starting in January because Chinese New Year changes on the 29th of January, so I'm starting in February 2025. So this card is it's one of the threes, 3 of swords, which is with a heavy heart I must carry on. Though my heart is hurting, there is much for me to accomplish on a day-to-day basis, and I just need to get on with it. I don't have time to stop. Ain't nobody got time to stop, so you just got to keep going. It's a bit difficult card because you may be going through some difficult situations, but you pick yourself up and you carry on. You try and find the humour in life where you can, and you just move forwards. Okay. March, we've got the card of options, the 7 of Cups. There's lots of options available to you. What do you choose? Whatever you choose at this point could be the focal point for the remainder of the year. So choose, but realize that what you choose is it doesn't have to be permanent. You choose for now. You start moving in that direction. Chances are it will be what you focus on for the remainder of the year. But you can change your mind as well. These things aren't permanent. Not with a card like that. It's not permanent. You've got options. Things are open to you. April, we've got this card of like being around family, having some sort of success, setting yourself up for the future, or maybe even the things that you set up for yourself in the past. You're able to step into it now. And sometimes this card comes when people take their pension early, or they just want to go and live life when there's an unearned income. Money's there, so you don't have to worry about it. So you can go and enjoy life, go and live in another country, live where it's beautiful, where there's a nice climate. If you like the mountains, go to the mountains. If you like the sea, go to the sea. If you like the countryside, go to the countryside. But you're going to be around people and energies that nurture your heart and nurture your being in all the ways that you specifically like to be nurtured. May, now we've got an energy thief. We have somebody who's stealing your energy, or might try and take something from you. So you need to be cognizant of the people who are around you, and draw your lines. This is who I am. This is what is mine. I'm going to protect myself, and I don't care if you're aware of what you're doing or not, because ultimately the impact is the same on me. So therefore, you need to back off. Don't be afraid to express your anger. Don't be afraid to show how you're feeling in a situation. That's what our emotions are for, especially our anger. It's a protective mechanism. But some dragons have had it trained out of them that they don't know how to express that anger appropriately. But in May time in 2025, it will be double snake period as well. It'll be double snake energy. Don't be afraid to be angry and express it. It'll be good for you. It's June. Let's move on to June. The phoenix rises from the ashes. You know, the Judgment card, awakening to a new life. Sometimes when this card comes, you're being pulled to a new job or a new, not even necessarily a job, like where you spend the majority of your time. How you decide to give and contribute in service. The majority of your time will be taken up by something that you are made for. So this is very, very positive. This is the beginning of the summer, June. July, we got this card of the Nine of Cups, which is a card of contentment, joy, happiness. God blesses you with so many things, so many blessings, so many things that make you happy and make your heart sing. Sometimes there's a sense that something's missing, but this is one of those cards. There's two cards in the pack. This and the Star card, which say, make a wish, your wish could come true. This is July. August, we have the Lovers card. Now the Lovers card has two primary interpretations. One is romantic love and the other is healing. Healing yourself, nurturing yourself, filling yourself up, filling that cup. This is that card. I look after myself, I look after my needs. I think about my external, my internal self, and the masculine and feminine energy inside of me, and I figure out a way to balance that. And also, you know what else with this card, which my eye was drawn to, so I'm going to mention it, is that you could be looked down upon by an entity, an angel, or a loved one, somebody who may have passed over to the other side, but some sort of connection to the other realm, some sort of guardian angel of sorts, maybe looking after you. September, we're rebuilding. Something broken, something that got damaged, we're rebuilding, and we're gonna do it as best as possible. We're not going to be able to fix it 100%, but we will do what we can, and we will develop our skills to a level of mastery as well. This is that card, three of Pentacles, mastery and rebuilding something that was quite intricate and then broke, a relationship, or yeah, something like that. I would think a relationship. So September, October. Now we've got a connection to our the High Priestess, which is our inner self, our personal oracle, connecting to our intuition, our instinct, the part of us that connects to the other realm, which is interesting, coming soon after this as well. This is going to be quite a spiritual year for you, the snake year. There's lots of doors opening to the unknown. Dragons tend to be on the leading edge of the unknown, the occult, that side of things. That's why you see people like David Icke, who is a master when it comes to conspiracy stuff. And also, but there's lots of dragons in that sort of world. There's lots of dragons who have access to psychological information, to esoteric information, and then they just accumulate all this information, all this knowledge. And I guess what this is saying is in October, which is also the month of Halloween, with the veil between the two worlds, this world and the other world, is the thinnest. At this time, you could be given information. The pomegranates, if you see the pomegranates that are on the veil there behind her, behind the oracle, that's about secret knowledge, access to esoteric information. So October may be a very, very interesting month for you. Especially if you go looking for it, if you go and look for vortex points. Now, and I know this sounds vague, I mean, why would you do that? But there will be dragons out there that know exactly what I'm talking about, and exactly it's their interest. So I'm speaking directly to those dragons. November, we've got the King of Pentacles, King of Money. This is when you can relax a little bit, things sort of fall into place, and you can just, things start working for you. There's a bit of luck here, because he's got the Midas touch. People that he knows, some people may give him some good advice, and then but even if they don't, just good things happen for you at this time. When the King of Pentacles comes, it's a good omen. So November's going to be relatively relaxed. December, we've got the Death card. So letting go of that which no longer serves you, and allow yourself to be open to transformation. Allow yourself to transform and move to the next level of your evolution. January, we have the Queen of Cups. Look after yourself. Look after your needs. Be kind to yourself. It's about managing your inner critic in a loving, soft, gentle way, but in a way that doesn't stop you from achieving what you want to achieve. Now, the overall outcome cards here are really important. We've got the Tower card here. So what that says to me is that this year of the snake could be one of massive transformation for you. We've got the Death card here as well. So what I think this means is that you could find yourself in a very different place at the end of this year to when you started. There could be people that have gone. There could be different job at the end of the year, different environments. Some of you dragons might end up leaving a relationship which no longer served you, and when you get to the beginning of 2026, it's a case of like you're in the early stages of redeveloping your world. You see how he's got the world in his hands. I'm redesigning my world so that it's different and better for me, because there's some things that haven't been said for a while, and you've pressed it down. You didn't want to deal with it. It's erupted now in the snake here, and you need to deal with it. And as you deal with it, you will transform. And your life will become more suited to you, more suited to you, who you specifically are at this point in your life. I hope that was interesting. I hope that made sense. And thank you for watching the video. Leave me a comment, leave me a message underneath, and I will. I'll try and respond if I can. Especially if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer questions. Yeah, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye. This is the prediction for the snake sign in 2025, which is the wood snake year. Right, I'm going to talk about the overall outcome cards because we've got the King of Cups and we've got the Ace of Cups. In both of the images, you see that there's just a single cup on the card. So when you have the single cup, it's about my cup overfloweth with positive emotion. So this is a year where you will appreciate all of the blessings that you have. It's also potentially a romantic year because of this, because we have the Ace of Cup. Oftentimes this card comes up when there's the birth of a child as well. So if there's those snake people that were thinking about maybe getting pregnant this year, it's a good omen. And it's a good omen for meeting people if you are a single snake as well. So I'm going to start from February because Chinese year starts on the 29th of January 2025. So what's the point of doing January? We'll just go to February. Now we've got the King of Swords. Now the King of Swords and the snake sign is very... I think there's a connection there anyway. Even though the King of Swords is the air sign and snake equates to Taurus, which is an earth sign, the energy of the King of Swords is very similar to snake men that I know, specifically the men, and some women as well. But the snake men that I know, because they have a military mindset. There are if you think about a military sign in the Chinese astrology, you think ox first, and then you think snake second. But there are lots of snakes in politics and in the military. So the King of Swords to me is very much a snake energy here, where it comes from the head. It's quite cerebral. I'm going to relegate the emotional side of things because I need to figure stuff out in a sensible, practical, logical, rational way, and I'm going to make my plans based upon that. And that's what's going to happen for you in February as we start this snake year. It's your year. And then immediately what you decide to do is get rid of that which no longer serves you, right? Declutter. Declutter people, declutter things, declutter clothes, declutter all of those bits and pieces. I mean, maybe even possibly, because snakes often have more than one job, more than one thing. Maybe they're going to declutter jobs that they don't want to do, and they just want to focus their time in a positive way. So the Death card says, I release that which I don't want anymore. So my life becomes focused and zoned in on only those things that matter to me, that have relevance and a connection to, like a deeper connection to. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to spend my time on this year. In doing so, sometimes you can inadvertently upset people because you're saying no to them. So you say yes to yourself. And so in April, we've got this card of, with a heavy heart, I must carry on. So even though your heart is hurting, maybe you've upset other people because you've pulled back from them a little bit. It's an energy that it's not a comfortable card. It's like you're hurt, you're a little bit damaged, but you can't stop. You must continue. So you do that. Also, this card comes up when you're trying to achieve something and you're just getting knockbacks and knockbacks. It's like a card of rejection. But that rejection is building something as well. So don't stop. Even though it's painful and difficult, and you might feel like you're banging your head against a brick wall, there is benefit to this. Keep going, keep going, keep going. So as we hit May, we've got the Judgment card. This is the Phoenix rising from the ashes, which is also very snake. You know, snake sheds its skin and renews itself. This is the Phoenix rising from the ashes. That sort of vibe. And it's also, May is also the, in the Chinese calendar, it's the snake month also. So this is the period where it's double snake. Chinese year of the snake, Chinese month of the snake. And for you, it's a rebirth, an absolute rebirth. And being pulled to all those things that are uniquely you. It's a very good month, actually. Very good month. And much more comfortable than April, because April's a little bit painful. May, there's a lot of freedom for you. June, we've got the Ace of Wands, which is entrepreneurial spirit, entrepreneurial energy. The Fire Starter, you can start something new now. Start with the spark is there, get something moving, and before you know it, you've managed to motivate groups of people as well. So other people, you can get other people on side to work on your project with you. July. There's a period of restriction when we've got July, because you see the blindfolded arms are tied, but the legs are free. So there's still some movement there, but you may feel somewhat restricted. The swords also direct you down a certain road or route, let's say, but that's only temporary. You're eventually the arms will be free, or the blindfold comes off, and you have full freedom again. And that's what we see when we get to August, which is Leo time with the lion on here. So this is you taming the beast, getting your discipline in order, really getting to really getting yourself to do the things that you need to do for your own success, for your own improvement, for the way that you need to function at your optimum. August will give you the skills to do that, and you start basically having full charge of yourself and your faculties. It's very positive. And then the next month, September, we get you using the law of attraction to attract those things into your life that you want. This could be to do with romance, this could be to do with your financial and career aspects, but it's very positive no matter how you look at it. Now, when it comes to achievement, you are a bit hard on yourself. And I think that here you're overthinking the situation. If you don't get things exactly as you want them, you know, or in the ballpark, you get frustrated. And I think this is what you might be experiencing in October 2025. But just if you sort of try and meditate and slow your thinking and try and bring your feet to the ground and be as rational as possible. And I actually had it's actually one of my friends who's a snake sign himself said to me in one of my videos, you'll be able to check it out actually, that if you can think of the worst case scenario and if you can handle that, then go for it, do it. So in this situation, what's the worst case scenario? If you can handle that or you know how to manage it, then keep moving. Like, there's no point in wasting time worrying about stuff that hasn't happened yet. Just make the best of what you can, and if you need to get external people in to get their advice on something, do it. Don't waste time. October, that was October. Sorry, November, you've got the card of feeling neglected, feeling on the outside of stuff. Life's happening somewhere else and I'm on the outside of it. That's how you're feeling in November. Again, coming after this card is probably in your head a little bit. You can reach out to people, but you probably want other people to reach out because they're probably not aware of how you're feeling because you don't tell them. So if you can reach out, if you can find that strength within yourself to do that, that will be helpful. December is better. We have the card of speed and synchronicity. So this is a very happy card, joyful card, positive messages, and sometimes positive messages about difficult people, or difficult people have caused a situation, and you get positive communication about the management of that or the handling of that. So that's December. January, we've got weirdly enough, the two cards of speed right next to each other. So I think December and January are going to be very, very fast months for you. There's going to be a lot happening. Yes, it's festive period, but I reckon for you, work life is going to be really busy as well at that time still. Knight of Swords. Now these two cards here, now this is also for December, these two cards came together, right? So there's a connection between this card and this card and this card and this card. This card is the narcissist card, this is the psychopath card. This is one of the cards of speed, this is the second card of speed. So we've got some connections here. January is going to be a period of time which is just going to whoosh by, lots of stuff happening, but you have difficult people around you at the end of this year that you need to manage, you need to handle. And I think you will, because we've got this card here. So I know you will. You'll be handling them with compassion and understanding, but also with firmness. Don't let them mess with you, and take action if you need to, including legal action if you need to. All right, but it's a positive month overall. You know, we've got the Ace of Cups and the King of Cups, so it's a very, very positive month. One that where you are treated with understanding and compassion, and you give that out to other people as well. All right, hope you got something out of that. Hope I've prepared you for what's on the way in 2025. Leave me a message, leave me some questions if you want to in the bottom of this, and I'll try and answer when I can. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. The horse in 2025, which is the wood snake year. So the overall outcome card for the horse in 2025 is the Ace of Cups. My cup runneth over with positive emotion, positive feelings, and joy. It's a really good year. It's going to be a good year. And as we head to the year afterwards, which is your own year of the horse, I know for horse people, when they get to this part of the cycle, the snake, the horse, and the sheep has got like 3 kind of good years in a row for them. So it's a good time to start something this year where you're going to need 3 years in a row to make some progress. So consider that. I don't know what that means for you, but it might make more sense to you than it does to me. But I do know that when we get to this part of the cycle, you've got 3 years in a row of positive energy and momentum, which is on your side. So make use of it. We're going to start in February because Chinese New Year starts on the 29th of January 2025. So what's the point in doing January? We're going to do February. So we have the 3 of Pentacles. Now this is a card of mastery and rebuilding. So this church is damaged, and they're going to rebuild this Tartarian church. So it's not just a simple rebuild, it's a master craftsman is required. So this could be you, this could be somebody you need to get on board to help you. But in any case, what's happening is you're rebuilding something that is a bit damaged. So whatever that means to you, whether it's a relationship or whether it's physically like a house or something like that, yeah, just be cognizant of any relationships that you may have damaged through, arguments or something, misunderstanding or something like that. And if there is, reach out and do something about it in February. March, we have the Queen of Cups. This is the nurturer. She nurtures other people, looking after their needs, taking care of them. It's also a time for you to consider how you speak to yourself, because the Queen of Cups tries to soothe the inner critic, because I know a lot of horse people who are really severely self-critical. It's unusual. You wouldn't expect it if you know what the typical horse sign is like, but they have a harsh self-critic inside of them. And I think they can also use that verbally with other people, because they've got a harsh side to themselves. So they can be quite tough and verbally aggressive with people if they need to, especially the women. But it's important to know that the way that they can be to other people, they are often like that to themselves. So at the beginning of the snake year, the snake is encouraging them to find awareness of this and not be so self-critical. Then we move on to April. April's going to be interesting for you guys because there's difficult people around you. This is the card of the narcissist, right? But it's come connection with your childhood. So there's a connection to your childhood. So though you may have loyalty to somebody who is maybe has a difficult personality, recognize that if they cause you harm, you need to draw the line and say no. You need to protect yourself and look after yourself. You're paramount. Your needs are paramount. Don't always be so giving to other people. You matter. You need to look after yourself as well. May, we've got with a heavy heart, you must carry on with the 3 of Swords. So even though you might be in pain, you just need to keep moving, and you've got stuff to do. You've got people you have people who rely on you. So just keep moving, and maybe you need to relegate the emotional understanding and emotional. Maybe you don't need to have too much of the awareness in May, because it could stunt you. As it is, there's lots of things that need to be sorted out. So if you stop and start navel gazing at this time, you could just be like paralyzed and just like come to a standstill. And you can't come to a standstill when there's a 3. There's always activity, there's motion, there's things happening. So leave that until the next month, June, when we've got this, when you pull into yourself and you're like, I need some me time. I need to just pull back and recognize who I am now, how I function, what I need, and also understand that you don't have to give to everybody. This card is about keeping your resources for yourself, reserving your resources for yourself. Save your money, save your energy, save your voice. If those people who you've given advice to, they don't take your advice, stop giving advice to them. They don't deserve it. Yeah. Okay, moving on, so that's June. July, we have this card of the business advisor, the King of Wands. He is a very wise man, so this could be you in that role, or it could be somebody you have to go to get some advice. So the business advisor says, well, I don't know what he says, I'm no business advisor, ain't me. But if this is you, you'll be providing information for other people. If it's something you need, go and seek out the right advisor for yourself. Okay, but it is a time where prominent decisions are made and prominent things happen. It could be you get a windfall, maybe a batch of money comes in, and you've got to go and see a financial advisor, that sort of thing. You know, it's a positive time. So then we got August, which imagine you go from the King of Wands to the Emperor, similar energy, right? So now we're in Emperor mode, you're in Emperor mode, you've got to look after your boundaries, you've got to say, this is mine, that you need to back off because this is mine, I've worked so hard for this, I've created this, this is my family, this is my wealth, these are my assets, they don't belong to you, back off. Do what you need to do to protect yourself and protect your assets and protect those people who are important to you. And make big decisions. You know, the Emperor card is about thinking big and starting your empire, if you haven't already. And if you have, then this is the next level of it. So that's August, September. Now, what do you choose? You know, you've got so many aspects of your life working. So now what do you choose? What do you want to focus in on? What do you want to zone in on? The card of the 7 of Cups is like there's 7 different options that you can choose. Which one are you drawn to? Whatever it is that you're drawn to, why don't you go to Google and put in the meaning of that thing and see what comes up, because it may have some significance. This is come for the period of September, and September in the year is kind of like a new start as well, because it's when the school year starts, all those types of things. So yeah, be interesting to see what that means for you. And even if you look it up now, what a lot of people do is they come back to these videos throughout the year. So if you do happen to be checking this in August, September time, see what you're drawn to in that card and then look it up. October, we have the Knight of Cups. So this is the idealist. This person's feet are not firmly on the ground. His head is in the clouds a little bit. So he's not able to see, he's not able to be objective, let's put it that way. So be aware that your decision making may be a teensy bit flawed in this month. Do what you can. Have as much awareness of your functioning as you can at this time. And recognize that this could be a learning lesson for you. So if you feel yourself going in that mode again, you're able to understand that this is you not at your most optimum when it comes to your sharpness and your clarity when it comes to your thinking process. All right? And because that awareness, it'll be so useful. because you'll recognise when you're going into this place, oh, I can't entirely trust myself right now because I'm in that mode again. You know, if you can do that, that would be useful. November. So November, we've got the Fall card. So you're off on an adventure. This card also means that you can take a risk at this time, and the risk will pay off. So this is a very positive card, where life becomes a bit more exciting again, right? And that continues into December because look, the world is your oyster. You're going to be travelling for 2 months maybe. It's a possibility with those two cards next to each other. It also means that you're in the early stages of creating a new plan for yourself as you head into 2026, which is horse year. January, as we head into horse year, is the card of contentment. Make a wish, the wish could come true. A sense that something's missing, so it's not entirely perfect, but it's pretty darn good. You know, January's good. And the overall outcome card, like I said at the start, is the Ace of Cups. So my cup runneth over with positive emotion and joy. So very, very good month. Year. Very, very good year across the board in many, many aspects. Some difficult people, some heavy-hearted forward motion, pushed forward even though you may want to stop and think. Nah, get on with it. It's okay. It's a year, although the snake is very different to the horse and they function differently, it gets you going, it gets you moving, and it starts that 3-year momentum. So I wish you all the best with it. Thank you for joining me and for watching this video. Leave me a comment or a question in the comments below, and I will, if I can get to you, I will. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye. So this is the prediction for the sheep sign in 2025, which is the wood snake year. So the overall outcome card is this card of the 5 of Wands. Now this is a card that comes up when everybody's polite on the surface, but there's other things happening further below. So everybody's got their social mask on, and they're being polite and, you know, handling themselves with etiquette. But the truth and how they really feel is different. So I might, people of the sheep sign, including me, may have to deal with that sort of thing this year. But further to the point, now these are the things that you need to deal with across the board. We've got the Hanged Man, so accept your circumstances, use the law of attraction to manifest the things that you want, because this is a very powerful year for you. And if things don't work out the way that you want, get up, brush yourself off, and just carry on moving, okay? Okay, now let's look at the month to month. In February, we're starting in February because Chinese New Year starts on the 29th of January. What's the point doing January? We're going to go straight into February. Oh wow, cards falling down. Okay, so February, we've got the 10 of Cups, or Happy Family card. So this is the time of joy, fun, feeling connected to people, feeling connected to your inner child, letting yourself enjoy yourself with the people that mean the most to you in your life. As we head to March, we have the Star card, so make a wish, the wish will come true. Things are shifting on the internal landscape. They're not showing yet, but they will show very, very soon. And this is you're going to reveal your new self. In April, we find that the things that you've set in motion previously for your own betterment and your own development, they begin to come to fruition. So we see in April there's a time where we begin to see some of it. Also interesting, the Aries is also in April, and you see this is the card of Aries with the Aries rams on the side of the on the chair. May, you're setting forth your plans for your business or some sort of new enterprise, and there's a period of waiting before the returns come, but you've started down that road now. In June, we've got the Queen of Swords. Now she's the military queen. She's also the queen of communication, and a lot of sheep signs tend to be writers and creatives in that way, using the written word, lots of singer-songwriters, that sort of thing. So now what she's saying is now is a good time to be creative and get the bridge between creativity and the hard work done. This is a good time to do it. It's June. July, we have an energy thief amongst you. You've got to be careful. If somebody is being a bit of a vampire, then stand your ground and send them on their way. This is also the card of addiction. So there's people with addictions around you. Be cognizant of that. Or if it's you, if you have an addiction and that's flaring up, you need to be aware and deal with it. Okay? August. Very interesting month. I think this is going to be one of the peak months for you in this year, because we've got the two cards of victory have come together in the same month. They both came out together. So the Chariot card and the Ace of Swords. The only other victory card is the Six of Wands, and that's not here in the spread. But these two cards come together for August. So I think August is going to be amazing. It's going to be a time where you might travel, because the Chariot card, and maybe a new job. Also, if there's any obstacles, or you've had any obstacles in the previous few months leading up to this, they're going to dissolve, because we've got the Ace of Swords. I will cut through any of my obstacles and force my way to my victory. September. Now we've got the Four of Pentacles. Now this is about saving your money, reserving your resources, pulling back from social environments, and just being a bit more insular. Maybe you need to. Maybe you just want to spend some time by yourself. I know that for me myself, I seem like an extrovert, but I'm actually an introvert, and I enjoy my quiet, solitary time. So I think there'll be sheep out there that want to do that at the beginning of at September time. So as we head into the autumnal period here in the UK, anyway. October. Now, interesting. We've got the card of like my wall has gone up, so I'm a bit more suspicious. I'm going to protect myself, and then I've got this card of like studying something new. Improvement in circumstances just across the board, but not to the degree that I want it just yet. So it's going to be an interesting month, the October, because it could be there's something that you perceive as a threat. It's on the scene, and you need to be aware and alert, and have your vigilance on. October. November, we have you leaving the scene. You go from one state of balance to a different state of balance. Could be that the circumstances have shifted. People may have gotten the wrong idea of who you are. Whatever has happened, it's time for you to move away and shift, whether you like it or not. And so it's time to go, time to leave. December, we've got the card of restriction. Some things you're aware of, and some things you're not aware of. Somebody may be keeping secrets or hiding information from you. You have more freedom than you realise, because your feet are free, even though your arms are tied and you're blinded, so you're not seeing clearly. You're purposely being given a wrong idea of things. And I don't always say that with this card, but that's what's come out. So I feel like somebody's trying to deceive you. So be conscious of that, potentially. All right? That's December. Then January, this is a card of taking on more than you can handle. As we head into the horse year, you have a tendency to do like more than one thing at one time. And sometimes you're doing like 3 or 4 things at one time. So in January, if you're feeling like this, why not decide not to do that much and just whittle it down to the most important thing or things, and get rid of some of those ones that you don't need, so you're freer as you head into the horse year, which is your soulmate year. So it's the most romantic year of all, 2026. 2025, the snake year, is one of the best years for you in terms of just across the board. Like when I look back to the years that I've had, 2001 was snake year. That was probably the best year of my life for me, how I perceive it. 2013 was when I got my book deal. So snake years are big years for sheep people. So I think as a sheep person, make some big plans, because it's a good year, and make use of this snake energy. It's really good for you. All right. I hope you got a lot out of that, and I really hope you enjoy your snake year, because this is the year we've been waiting for, sheep people. Fellow sheep, my fellow sheep. Enjoy. Enjoy. Thank you for watching. See you next time. This is the 2025 prediction for the monkey sign. 2025 is the year of the wood snake. And so this is the prediction for the monkeys. I'm going to start with the overall outcome card, which is the 9 of Cups. And this is a very, very positive card. This is the card of contentment. And this is for the overall outcome. So this whole year could be a year of contentedness for you. As a monkey sign, the soulmate sign for you is the snake. So what that means is this could be potentially one of the most romantic years for you. Now, if you're a single snake, it's a good omen to meet somebody this year. And if you're already a partnered up snake, then it's a good time to take that to the next level, get engaged, get married, depending on the other sign as well, because I always think two people, let's have a look at both of the signs, see whether it's a good year for you to get married. But on your part, anyway, it's a good year. So let's have a look at the months individually. So we go from February. We're going to start in February because January, the Chinese New Year starts on the 29th of January. What's the point of doing January? We're going to go for February. So here we have a time of rest and rejuvenation, pulling back, needing to be away from the social environment because you just need some time by yourself. Do give yourself the rest and rejuvenation. Also, this card is to do with meditation as well. So meditation may help get yourself in a good state of balance and a good mental functioning as well. Maybe your mind needs a bit of a rest. Excuse me. I had too much bread this morning. 'Twas sourdough. So we go to March. We've got the card of death. Yes, death. But do not be alarmed. It does not mean death. What it means is transformation. It means you're shifting. That which no longer serves you falls away, and you open to the new dawn. A new life opens up. A new way opens up for you. You're not the same person as you were before, so you're changing. And you might find it's springtime, you might want to declutter, do a spring clean of the house. Just get rid of the old so you can make space for the new. That's what the death card means. Now, we head into April now. We've got the Queen of Swords. Now, she's the Queen of Communications, so and she's the military queen. So she handles things independently. She's got her own queendom to run. So she does give guidance to other people as well. Sometimes people who are older than her, but it's a time where basically your way goes. You've got to be like, okay, this is what I want. Please provide it. I understand you have your input and you have your own ideas, but I don't care about that. These are my ideas. I'm putting this in place. This is what I want. So be firm. Give people the direct guidance that they need in order to understand. And if you are a writer or you're involved with writing, it's a very, very good time to do some writing projects. That's April time. May, a slight increase in your finances. Maybe you have a desire to study something new. I feel like it's a short-term study thing, so go for it. But this is a very positive card. Having a youthful insight into things as well. Being a bit more optimistic and joyful about stuff. As we head to June, where you get a bit paranoid. Oh, there's people around you. There's people saying stuff, doing stuff. I don't like it. Don't like what they're doing. Even if what they're doing might be completely innocent, but something's happened. You got a bit triggered, and your wall has gone up. So now you're in hypervigilant mode. So be aware of that. Maybe relax a little bit if you can. But actually, sometimes this card comes up when you need to be vigilant about something that's happening. So, but I don't feel like it's too serious. July. We've got the card of the Queen of Cups. She is the nurturing mother. She has a tendency to nurture other people before she nurtures herself, but she needs to nurture herself, and she also needs to be aware of her inner critic. This is the time where you need to make sure that not suppress the inner critic, but maybe you need to invite the inner critic so you can hear what it has to say and realize it's lying to you. He's deluded. This inner critic is not being truthful. And all of the things that it's picking at are not things to pick at. It's not your voice. This is a critical parent or a critical sibling or somebody that you've grown up with that is poking at you unnecessarily, and it's causing you problems. So become aware of that, become conscious of that, and do what you can to stop it from progressing you and allowing you to move forwards. That takes us to the Emperor in August. Now this is to do with boundaries, laying down your boundaries and to be firm about who you are. People need to recognise that you're a person with worth, and if they disrespect you, then they need to be told off. They need to be made aware that you're not going to tolerate that. So just stand in your power when the Emperor card comes. So September, we've got a celebration here, some sort of celebration, some success in the creative arts maybe, or success in some sort of industry. So this is very positive. Sometimes this card comes when you go into a wedding or a big birthday, maybe it's your big birthday, but you know, so it's just one of those positive fun cards. October, we've got the Empress now, from the Emperor to the Empress. So now she's about abundance and motherhood. You see she's pregnant here. Because she's pregnant and a baby takes 9 months to gestate, sometimes you start a project when this card comes that takes 9 months. Or 9 months is the core of it. So if that happens, that's great. Just be aware that you're working on a project that could take that sort of length of time to come to fruition. And she's also the patron of creativity and abundance. So give yourself some luxuries at this time also. November, this is one of the cards of enjoying the fruits of your labour, living with an unearned income because you've done all the hard work already. So sometimes, because we're doing this monthly, this could be like a month where you don't have to work very hard and you're able just to enjoy yourself. Maybe you're going to go on like a long holiday this time. Yeah, that makes sense. December, we've got the card of strength. So this is about taming the beast, getting disciplined. Weird month to get disciplined. But it can mean like if you've been ill, you find that you feel better now. You heal from an illness at this time also. So lots of people get ill in December, but you'll have the strength to come through it and come through it well. Now, as we head into 2026, we've got the card of the High Priestess. So this is your oracle, the one that has the connection to the other realms and has intuitive insights and instinctive information comes to her as well. So this is really positive for understanding who you are now at this juncture and what it is that you want moving forwards as we head into the horse year. Alright, I hope that was useful. Thank you for joining me and I'll see you next time. This is the prediction for the Rooster signs in 2025, which is the wood snake year. Alright, we're not going to do January because Chinese New Year changes on the 29th of January to the snake year. So we're just going to start from February. And what we have is the Fool card, which is the adventurer goes off on a brand new journey. This is a really positive card. This is like, take a risk. The risk would pay off, will likely pay off. So it's a good time for you to put yourself out there, try new things, and be brave. Be brave. Do something new. Do something a bit more challenging that where you step outside of your comfort zone. That would be good. March, we've got the card of home. Weirdly enough, you're just off on a journey and by March you're already home. This is about setting up your space so it's conducive for you and it's comfortable for you so that you're able to do the things that you need to do with the most level of comfort and convenience. That's a good word, convenience. March, that's March. April, we've got a time of things coming to an end. There's some forced endings that you might not have expected. Sometimes it can be unexpected, but it's something that has been dragging and something that you might not have wanted to face, but you're made to face in April of 2025. I've got to also say that the snake year is your best friend year. So there are some real positives. If you wanted to, I should have said this at the start really, if you wanted to start a new business or a new project, new sort of artistic direction that you want to go in, not necessarily artistic, but it could be artistic, it's a good year to do because the overall outcome card for you is the Emperor. So this would be a really good year for you to start your empire as well. So when this card comes up, it tells me that it's going to take away a massive source of time that was wasting your time. Wasting, maybe not wasting is not quite the right word, but taking up a lot of your time, that's going to go, so you have now the space to create your own thing that you wanted to do. Alright? Now, what's interesting here, so this is the springtime for you, so the ending happens in April. In May, there is somebody who a difficult personality, alright? This is one of the cards of narcissism, and as we head to June, this is another card of narcissism. So there's 4 altogether in the pack. This is the narcissist, pure narcissist, and this is the one who has addictions. So they come right next to each other. So what that tells me is May and June, there's going to be difficult people around you, people who drain you of your energy, energy vampires, and you need to be firm with them to remove them from the vicinity of your world, because they affect not just you, your children, your partners, everybody around you who relies on you and needs you to be strong. These people get affected by these toxic personalities. So you need to spend their springtime to remove them and handle them and manage them. Okay? Then we go to July. We've got the card of the Knight of Wands. Now this card says, whatever it is that you've been delaying on, it's time to take action. Take action, move forwards, look after your health, look after your resources, get moving on your individual projects. Even if you've got a day job, get on with your things that make you you, uniquely you. Do your own personal projects as well. So then we go to August, and we've got these two routes that are available to you. Which way are you going to take? You know what, generally speaking, it doesn't really matter, because the law of attraction sort of stipulates that wherever you set forth, you're going to head in that direction anyway. So whether you choose this road or that road, you're going to end up in the same place. So what will be good is right now is do the conscious manifestational work, so that whatever direction you go, it's going to be in a positive direction. It's going to be the results are going to be positive. The outcome will be positive. All right. Then the decision becomes easier, because you go right, you go left. You're going to coalesce and come back to the same place anyway. All right, but that's depends on what you've set forth. So that's why it's an important time as we come to the end of the summer, past the summer solstice. Good time for you to do some manifestational work. Summer solstice is also a good time to do manifestational work. And if we have a look at July, you've got the take action card. So that period of time, it's time to do some law of attraction work. As we hit September, beginning of autumn now, we've got the card of the wall has gone up and you're on your defensive. So I don't know if somebody's triggered you or somebody's re-entered your life. But it's a time for you to protect you, protect your mind, your spirit, your energy, your sanity. Protect your sanity. Because these people can thwart your natural thinking process and make you go all over the place. So it's important as we enter autumn, September time, that you are able to keep your rational mind working in an objective way as possible. Right, so now let's move on from September to October. There's a celebration, some sort of celebration happening, so some little success that has that's come your way. Sometimes this card can come up for like celebrations like weddings and birthdays and big celebrations, that sort of thing as well. But also, it is the card of creative success, having success in the arts. So that's a good thing. November, we get to spend more time with family and those people that we love. It's a joyful period of time. December, there's tension, there's people around us, and everybody's being polite, but they have their different agendas and different ideologies that might not mesh. January is better. We have the Ace of Cups, so my cup runneth over. I'm focused on my blessings and all the good things that happen in my life. And overall, we come back to the Emperor card, which, remember, is very, very positive, because this is your best friend year. Your life has made it slightly easier, so get moving on your own personal projects. Okay? Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next time on the on my predictions and my videos. Thank you for watching. Leave me a comment or a message below, and I will try and get back to you, and we'll try and answer the questions if there are any, and respond to your comments. Thank you very much. See you next time. This is the prediction for the dog sign in 2025, which is the wood snake year. Okay, so I'm going to start in February, because Chinese New Year starts on the 29th of January. There's no point in doing January. So February, we have, with a heavy heart, we must carry on. So when this card comes, maybe there's some sort of internal difficulty, some arguments, some difficulties, some life tragedies that sometimes people have to deal with. But in those situations, if you have responsibility, sometimes people have children, and you can't stop. So you have to carry on, because there's always motion with the three, forward motion with the three. So whatever happens, you just got to keep on going, and you sometimes have to put aside your emotional resolutions for another time, because there's just too much to do in front of you. So yeah, it's not an entirely comfortable card, but this is where we're at. So as we head into March, though, we've got the Sun card. So this is a much better card. This is one of the best cards in the pack. So this is when you let your inner child out for free, and is able to do the things that he wants to do, and finds joy in life. If your inner child is happy, you're happy. So it's a very, very positive card, on the heels of a difficult card. April, it's about what are our projects, what are our priorities, whatever it is that we've been wanting to do but we've delayed. Now's the time to do it. So take action. Take action. That's the take action card. Now May, we are working on our career side of things. This card often comes up for people who have their own businesses and they set forth something and they have to wait before the profits return. But it's a very positive card. Now that could relate to your personal relationships as well, not necessarily business, but it's like having done the early stages of the work and then you have to wait before the returns come. Okay. Now we head to June. So this is a slight increase in your finances. Sometimes this card comes for somebody who wants to study something new. But it's a positive card. It just generally means that things are going to improve a little bit, not hugely, but a little bit. And if you feel inclined to start looking in a new direction, now's the time to start doing some basic research on the matter. July, now interestingly from the page to the night, so the very next card along, this is the card that I take care of my mind, body and spirit. This is the guardian angel. It's also the personal trainer. This is the person that says, right, I need to do this to sort out my mind, I need to do this to sort out my body, I need to do this to sort out my connection to spirit, so that all my chakras are clear and I'm functioning on my optimal. Oh look what we got next. We've got King of Pentacles. The only thing we missed was the Queen of Pentacles here then. So as we head into August, we've got the King of Pentacles. Now this is somebody whose life is working on all levels. This is somebody whose finances are great, his relationships with people are good, and he has the Midas touch. So anything that you start right now, you've got the Midas touch. So you're going to make it reach a stage of success with it quite quickly and in a way that's fast, because you'll know all of the right people and all of the shortcuts to get there. September, I return home victorious. I have the spotlight put on me. I get put on a pedestal. Everybody loves me. Everybody recognises my worth and the things that I've achieved. So a lot of dog people might find that they get some accolades and some awards possibly even at that time in September in this snake year. October, we restart the creative fire. We want to do something unique and original. And so we're going to let our creative juices start flowing, and we're going to be like thinking, well, what are we going to do next? Let's do something slightly, let's take an established convention and let's turn it around and make something new from it, something unique. Keeping with that theme, so that's October. November, we've got the Judgment card, which is the card of rebirth. So now when this card comes, it's the phoenix rising from the ashes. So rebirth and being called to a vocation that is perfect for you. December, you might be around difficult people. We've got the card of the Five of Swords, which I always look at as kind of the pure narcissist card. I win, you must lose. If I lose, then it's because you're forcing a win out of me. And there's no graces, there's no good grace about this. It's kind of a bit humiliating. What it could suggest is that you're around people who are not very nice. And you just have to manage them. It's Christmas time, it's festive period, probably around friends and family, some parties you want to attend and some that you feel obligated to attend. But anyway, you know how to handle it. Your job people are good at that. Very diplomatic. January, blessing in disguise. This is a card of, I'm sulking because I didn't get it all my way. I didn't get entirely what I wanted, but still things are pretty good. And I've got this gift that's come to me. I just don't know whether to accept it or not. It's down to you. Use your intuition. Overall now, for the snake year, you're moving from one state of balance to a new state of balance. So you may find that by the time you get to the end of the year, you're in a different place, different headspace, different physical space. But this is very positive because it's like something that you may have been working towards or wanting, and it felt like a million. Just think back a few years, like this felt like a million miles away. By the end of 2025, so as we enter the horse year, 2026, you've got it, and it's almost natural for you now. So it's actually really positive. Sometimes it just looks odd, feels odd, but you just haven't gotten used to it. You're not comfortable with the new, but you will be. Thank you very much for joining me, and leave me a comment or a message. If you do, I will try and get back to you and answer your comment and question. But thank you for joining me and for watching my prediction for the dog sign in 2025. See you next time. This is the prediction for the Boar sign in 2025, which is the wood snake year. This is going to be an interesting one for you guys because this is your opposite year of the snake. My observation has been that, well, hold on. Traditional Chinese astrology will tell you that because it's your opposite year, you're going to have a hard time. But my observation has been that apart from the rat sign and the horse sign, the horse has a great year in his own year, rat has a great year in his own year. My observation has been, apart from those two signs, all the other signs have a better year in their opposite year than they do in their own. Now, there's lots of things that the traditional Chinese astrology will tell you, which I have observed not to be the case, and that is one of them. So I don't think any of you guys should be worried about going into your opposite year. It will cause transformation, it will be uncomfortable at times, but actually, it's a better year for you than in your own year. Alright? That's what I think. And I've come to that conclusion after years. Like, if you watch some of my stuff from back in the day, or read some of my stuff from the magazines from back in the day, I wasn't saying that then, but it's what I say now. So don't worry. Where we are, we're going to start in February because Chinese New Year starts on the 29th of January. What's the point of doing January? We'll go to February. So now this is the Queen of Wands. Now she's a bit of a witchy wand. Witchy wand. I meant to say witchy queen. You see she's got the black cat there. So now this is a card of... like the Magician card, it's a card of manifestation, because she's also very sociable, so she's going to enjoy her time. She goes to see people, she enjoys her time with them, but also what she does is she sits back in her own quiet solitude of time, solitary time, and she does the law of attraction stuff. She decides what it is that she wants. She does the visualization, she does the dreaming, she does the affirmations. She'll write a journal, she'll keep a journal. She has all these healthy processes that keep her life in this flow, this positive flow. So all these good things just keep on coming to her. That's why she really enjoys her life. Now you start the snake year like that, and that's very, very positive. But then what you need to do soon after that is tell those people who are interrupting your flow to step away from you and move away, because this is the card of the narcissist, the pure narcissist. So they cause situations where if they win, you have to lose, or if you win, they lose. But these types of relationships don't suit you, because you're quite win-win. You have positive emotions, you have good intentions for everybody. And so when these sorts of people come into your life, they throw you off your natural flow. So you want to remove these people. So that's March time. Be aware that in March time, those types of energies may be around you. April, things are better. We have some sort of success, something to celebrate here. Sometimes this is a wedding, birthdays, but also specifically, this card comes up when you have some sort of success that you've done in the artistic world. So a play, you've written something, or some sort of film goes well, but some sort of project that you're involved with could have some success there in April time. May, we've got this card of the things speeding up for you. This is also one of the 4 narcissist cards. This is the card of the psychopath. So you've got to be careful of people around you at this time, but it's also, its main interpretation is that things are going to speed up and you're not going to have time to focus on the details because there's so much happening. June, we've got the Ten of Pentacles, and this is a very positive card. This is about spending time with those people that you really love, setting yourself up so you can live an ideal life with more than enough money coming in. This card comes up when people are taking unearned income. If they have properties, they can live off their property income, or they have investments, or they're just able to cash in their pension now, and they're not working anymore, so they're able to just live with money coming in. So that's very, very positive. June, that was June. July now, we've got the card of I'm so busy right now that I can't deal with other stuff. I have to relegate my emotional stuff to the background and just deal with what's in front of me. So from this card here, which is, I've got loads of money, here now I've got to be a bit more careful with my money. Things aren't bad, like I can easily survive, but I've just got to be careful to match my income and expenditure at that time, July. August, it's different. We've got the Emperor energy, so you're in charge. You've got a position of authority around other people as well. So you've got to make decisions not just for yourself, not just for your assets, but other people that rely on you as well. So that's August time. September, take a risk. The risk could pay off. I'm off on a brand new journey. I'm excited about life. I'm really looking forward to the new people I'm going to meet, the new experiences I'm going to have. This is very, very positive as we head into the autumnal period, here in the UK anyway. So October, as we hit that month of Halloween, where the veil between the two worlds is at its thinnest, you get to a point where you're overthinking things, or you're worried, you're struggling to sleep. And all of this is just, it's a lot of it is in your own head. It's illusion. You let your worry get the better of you, but whatever it is, you can handle it. So meditation will be good if you can. If you can do that, because sometimes your mind is so racing that you can't stop and you can't do that. In which case, breathing, just doing breathing exercises might be a good start. Speak to people that you trust. Have them talk you down off the ledge. Not literally, of course, but like metaphorically speaking. November, a period of time when you're around people who are nice on the surface, but they may have ulterior motives or different agendas below the surface. So, but you feel it. You feel it when you're in the interaction. You can see that someone is just being nice, got like a fake smile on. You know that something's not quite right. December, we've got the Page of Swords. So again, somebody who has a harsh tongue. So you've got like, of all the cards here, 78 cards, there's 4 cards of narcissism, and in your pack you have, or in your spread, you've got 3 of them. So what that means is that this year could be a clearing of those difficult people and people who don't have your best intentions at heart. It's time to get rid of them. December, you might be around this difficult person or difficult personalities. Yeah, you're just getting better and better, because at this stage it's not as powerful as they were at the beginning of part of the year. Then as you go into January, just into hermit mode, just into your own little world, doing your own, reading your own projects and creating your own things, and doing your own research about things. So just pulling back in a little bit and just wanting to be by yourself so you can get the light from within, get your direction. But overall, this is a really good year for you in terms of transformation. This is the phoenix rising from the ashes, which is also very snake here, because the snake sheds its skin, you know, and comes out renewed. In the same way for you, it's going to be a renewal year, and you'll be pulled to something that's really suitable for you. The most suited kind of vocation for you, you'll be pulled to. So however it was that the universe sent you here to serve, you're going to find yourself heading in that direction by the end of the year. All right? So it's positive. Thank you very much for joining me. Feel free to leave me a comment or a question in the comments below, and I will get to you as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.